So here's a question I get all the time. Why do you need a coach? Coaching has become more mainstream over the past 10 or 15 years. And I think one of the big reasons for that is that really it reflects a time before that when coaches were not legitimized, and especially in business. And I want you to take a step back, and I want you to think about sports stars, politicians, movie stars, anybody that performs, basically. Do you think that they get good, great, and unique and number one by having no coaching? And yet, as entrepreneurs, it was just not assumed that any entrepreneur needed a coach. Why is that? Well, I don't really know the reason of that. And honestly, that doesn't really matter, except that I think the world has caught up and knows now that entrepreneurs need coaching as much as any other person that's performing or in business. So it's a very good, it's a very good, so it's a very good trend. And because coaching has been more legitimized, I get this question of, why do I need a coach? I can share with you my own story. First of all, I had a CPA practice and was a CPA for many, many years. And I actually participated in several coaching programs while I owned my practice, and they were incredibly beneficial to increasing my bottom line, getting bigger and better clients, and reworking my time management system. So I can tell you from that perspective, the coaching worked for me as a participant. All right. I also did several personal growth retreats, if you will, and those were also incredibly beneficial for just my own personal expansion of limiting beliefs and just the idea that, I've got everything it takes to be a successful businessman. I'm not missing any pieces. And I think all entrepreneurs and all people really should get to that level where they realize, there's nothing missing. There's nothing missing. But sometimes it takes a confirmation outside of yourself to really see that, to really grasp it. So coaching has become, again, mainstream, and the point of coaching is to work with someone who can take you to the next level. It's really that simple. If you don't have a coach, you will not rise beyond yourself by definition. That's your limitation. You are the limitation. I am the limitation. And so just thinking of it in that terms, it's really makes sense. Although our ego might continue to say, yeah, you can do it. You don't need any help. Well, again, as Dr. Phil would say, how is that working for you? Entrepreneurs at some point, either early or in the middle of their businesses, realize that they just can't do any more themselves. They run out of themselves. They hit the wall. They hit the ceiling, whatever you would like to call it, and they just can't produce any more results. Again, that's where everything needs to be flipped over. The thinking of the entrepreneur needs to be flipped. Who the entrepreneur works with, what kind of a staffing scenario, and all of this is much better suited to working with a coach, because the coach can see the business objectively, whereas the entrepreneur is not able to. So coaching is absolutely critical in today's world, not to mention just knowing all about the new technology, the social media, that's going to continue to get bigger and bigger, and it's going to be harder and harder to keep up. So coaches can also come in and provide other resources, even if it's not themselves. They have other avenues to accumulate, expertise for use by the entrepreneur. And coaches help you be accountable. Entrepreneurs, by definition, do not have to be accountable. And guess what? If we don't have to be accountable, guess what happens? We're not accountable. All right, it's just that's the way human nature is, because we we rationalize, well, I didn't get it done, but it's all right. I'll get it done next time. And there really is no next time. There is no next time. There is only now. And so if you're ready to achieve big results, a coach is the answer.